Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc, Episode 3, March of the Star-Crossed. So real quick, if you don't know, Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc is the follow-up to the original Bleach anime, which will complete the story that has been told in the manga with the last arc. So when a new enemy appears, substitute Soul Reaper Ichigo Kurosaki jumps back into the battlefield to help those in need. In this episode, Ichigo and his friends learn that their latest enemies are Quincy's. So yes, finally revealed here who the enemies are. Oh, at least to Ichigo and his friends. We also learned last episode that the captains and the Soul Society had just learned also who the enemies were. So I think this is really the beginning of the war that we've seen coming. For those that have read the manga, this this covers chapters 489 through 494. So once again, we got about 5 chapters. So we're going through this, at a fairly quick pace, the pace that they had promised. Uh, I will say I did note. So usually after I watch the episode, I skim through the manga just to kind of go back and figure that out. I did note that this episode skips a conversation from a group of lieutenants from chapter 489, which is really interesting. I've been very interested to see the things that are omitted from the adaptation of the anime, and also the expanded sequences that we're getting because of that. So yeah, this is an action-packed episode. The pacing of this anime is very quick. Like I mentioned, 5 chapters per episode. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. But then again, Bleach was always a manga that was also very quickly paced as far as reading it. So other than that omission, I really enjoyed the episode. We get a big first blow-up battle that was set up in the previous episode between Ichigo and Quilgi Opie. Apologies for any mispronunciations of the names. I'm really bad at the names. There's so many different characters to keep track of. So that was one of the highlights, that battle. There's definitely another inclusion, and if you've read the manga, you kind of know where that's going. I love, first of all, the character designs are always very interesting. I think Tite Kubo excels at character design, but also the transformations. They all look unique and very, very different. The Quincy's, particularly, they go from like these very clean cut presentations to like sometimes grotesque, which is really interesting, but it's a fun way to portray that. Oh, yeah, these are the bad guys, right? Um, so after that, there's also a really cool scene between Mayuri and Captain Yamamoto, or yeah, that calls back to some of the stuff. There's a lot of exposition as well here, which I'll touch on when I talk about the other storyline that's going on. So we've stopped at Wekamundo. That's where that's what's going on over there. Ichigo fighting, uh, and also trying to rescue Dondo Chaka. And then we also have there's also an omission of a conversation between Urahara and Ichigo, but that kind of is covered with some of the dialogue. So instead of adapting the full scene every panel by panel, they just kind of worked it in seamlessly, really, because I didn't really notice until I went back to check the manga. So it's this adaptation is working out very well. So yeah, but that argument between Mayuri and Yamamoto also gives you a lot of exposition as to the past of the past confrontations with the Quincy and the Soul Reapers. I gotta say, there is a sequence at the end of the episode as things escalate, as the Van der Reich make their next move. There's a crescendo in music that's just beautiful. It sounds amazing, and then combined with what's going on the screen, like it just really amps up the tension and everything that's going on. This was another really cool episode. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Urio's storyline. He is such a pivotal character in this arc, and I love that we are intercutting his story. Like he believes himself to be the last Quincy, right? And he takes a lot of pride in that. He takes a lot of pride in the teachings of his grandfather, aka his master, that taught him everything. His relationship with his dad is always very strained, but I feel like it feels like Uryu's dad wants him to discover things on his own as opposed to him just. It's a very very weird relationship, um, but I really love like it lends itself to the characterization of Uryu very well. So I'm very interested to figure that out and just to see the choices that Uryu will have to make in the future as a Quincy, but also as somebody that maybe cares about its friends. So it's a very complicated, convoluted, a lot of layers. But I'm really looking forward to seeing that on the screen. But just this every scene with Uryu and his dad in this episode, they were great. The voice acting is great. The music tension, the coloring, like the lighting. The lighting is one of the things in this show that has really amazed me. Um, because they go for a lot of really extreme, not extreme, but just highlighting those areas very well. When you're in the world versus when you're in Wekamundo versus when you're in Soul Society, like all these different settings have their own type of lighting, and it really builds the ambience for that. So once again, another great episode. I'm very much loving this adaptation, and I will keep covering it on the channel as long as I can. So let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know what you think of the anime so far. Also, we've gotten news that the dub will be dropping on Hulu for those in North America in November 4th. So I'm very very excited to revisit the first few episodes as the dub comes out. Yeah, there's a lot of dubs happening now for some of the anime. Finally catching up on Spy Family. Also, Blue Lock dropped the first episode, and I can't wait to see both My Hero and Chainsaw Man dubbed to see what those sound like. So very excited. A lot of really fun anime. Make sure to follow us on social media, especially on TikTok. I do a lot of things, a little shorts. There's a lot more anime content on TikTok, which you can find all that in my socials. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.